What up, YouTube world? What up, gamers? What up, all my comic book fans? It's your boy SBX coming to you with another gaming review. I know I haven't done these bad boys in a minute, so let me just go ahead and just talk my shit. So, I just purchased this Spider-Man game not too long ago, and I want to go ahead and give you my full opinion about this game. So, basically, Marvel Spider-Man really reminds me a little bit of the Spider-Man Web of Shadows game that was on the PlayStation 3 and I believe the Xbox 360. So to me, these games were a little bit different, you know, by gaming mechanics, graphic wise, and stuff like that. So I'm going to compare the difference between two of these games, even though I'm not really doing a game review about Web of Shadows. So it does have a distinct type of persona in a way. Like, it's kind of like with the open world game and how to navigate with the game itself. So anyways, I'm gonna tell you my pros and cons about this Spider-Man game as a whole. So let me just go ahead and start with the pros for a minute. So pros about this game is that Spider-Man has a good storyline into it, and it's very epic. It reminds me of the 2000 Spider-Man, like early 2000 Spider-Man with Tobey Maguire type, the scenery, stuff like that. How it sounds so much kind of remind me of the movie. However, the graphics is decent. It's not too bad, it's not too good, but it's decent. If it's on 4K, it will be a lot better, but if it's on like 1080, it's alright. Of course, if you have a PlayStation Pro or a TV that has 4K, best believe it's better on the graphics. However, I really feel like I wanted to go ahead and just give you the cons about this game. First and foremost, I will have to say that for example, the melee, it's decent. I'm not saying it's bad, but it could have been better. You know, it could have been sharpened a little bit. It could have just aroused me a little bit based on the like specials and just typical melee. You know, I feel like when it comes to Spider-Man Web of Shadows, the melee was a lot better than this, you know. And I played different Spider-Man games over the years. Some of them were good, some of them were just god-awful terrible, and you know, you want to throw that shit in the garbage. So as a Spider-Man fan from early childhood, I think this game has some potential, but however, in my opinion, it could have sharpened a little bit on the gaming mechanic. That's all I can really say. Like, you know, how you do aerial attacks. Also, when you're trying to, like, for example, when you're losing your life and you got to keep doing combos after combos after combos, and then you have to press the down button to make sure you regain your health. So that's kind of tricky to do that, because I understand that it's not like your typical game where you find something to help, for example, basically gain some health or your health would regenerate. But this game is kind of weird on that note. However, I like the fact that the stealth thing is decent. I like the stealth thing when you are either playing as Spider-Man or Mary Jane. So there's like where on the story you can play for the moment as Mary Jane or Miles Morales. Like I said, the story mode, I like the story mode. It has a good climax. It's very persuasive for me to look at and, you know, understand the whole story. And also, let me get to the plot of the game, where of course you play as Peter Parker, aka Spider-Man, and you know, he's just living through his life being Spider-Man, and saving the city. And basically, he found out that, you know, Michael Lee, the guy who is the owner of Feast, is actually an evil villain. And basically, of course, if any other superhero game, you're supposed to stop him before any bullshit about the world will truly end. So Michael Lee is Mr. Negative if you're not aware of his evil villain name. So not only he's the main character you have to focus on, then you have Dr. Octavius, aka Dr. Octopus. Then you have to face Rhino, the Kingpin, what else? Vulture, Shocker, and things like that. So to me, what I like about this game really is that you can unlock different suits, and these suits have different powers and what it can do. And I feel like, you know, it's stylish, so it depends on what type of Spider-Man costume you're into. So you don't have to really rely on just the typical red and blue suit. I haven't unlocked any more suits, like the whole collection. I have like in these maybe 8 suits or whatever. What I can really say about this game really is that it really could have been a canon game, but I think the developers were overhyping it too much, because when it was in the process of developing and we're looking at the trailers, we would assume that, oh, this game is going to be tight, I'm going to get this game, the graphics look sharp and all that, which is proceed doing decently. But as a fan, I was hoping that it would have been even better on the gameplay, like how I fell in love with Spider-Man Web of Shadows. So like I said, it's just the web swinging through the city. It could have been better, but it just didn't have too much potential, to be honest. Like it really doesn't really justify Spider-Man when he's swinging the webs. Also too, I really felt that the only thing that it could have been better was that it needed to have a better combo, where like when you're doing like combo attacks, it needs to fit the description of Spider-Man, just like Web of Shadows. So all I can really say is that this Spider-Man game, when I played it for maybe a few minutes or an hour or two, it didn't really, you know, arouse me to the point where I'm like really hyped. I love the game really much, very much, to the degree that it would have been good. But the story was good. The plot of the story was sad in the end when Aunt May died, and you know, it took effect, and also Peter and Mary Jane's love dilemma and stuff like that. So it gets a little personal in this game, and that's the only thing that is good, is just the story itself. But the gameplay, the mechanics, it could have been a little bit better. So that's all I'm gonna really say about this game. So anyways, please leave your comments on the comment sections below how you feel about this game. Make sure you like and subscribe to my channel. Until then, folks, SBX wrapping this up. Thanks for watching. Peace out and play hard, folks.